Visit ccgcastle.com and get 5% discount on your purchase with TCG Center 5 code. Check video description or visit CCG Castle for more.
Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome to Pokemon TCG Center. Another day, another video. In this video, I will play with deck that I used at my local league for the last 3 tournaments. And last tournament, I managed to accomplish first place with this deck, so I was pretty pleased with the performance. So once I managed to win a tournament with this deck, it's time for the retirement, and it's time for the new, I should say, rogue deck, you know. I played this deck for the past 3 weeks, and I had a decent score, only 1 defeat from like maybe I will say 12 games, which is not bad, you know. It has a lot of options for pretty much everything, you know. That Alolan Ninetales with Luminous Barrier can simply block plenty of decks. It can block Zeraora deck, it can block Rayquaza deck, it can block particularly even a Blacephalon deck. It can block also, it can block pretty much everything, you know. It can hit for one-hit knockout versus Blacephalon GX, which is madness. It can double hit knockout any other GX, which is also very strong. Also, Ice Blade can be sometimes tricky when we try to snipe for 50 specific Pokemon on the bench, because with the help of the Jet Gazier, we can do some head edge to our opponents simply by forcing them to switch their active Pokemon with something on the bench over and over and over and over again when we just discard Water Energy from our hand, which can be a super easy way to get those Aqua Patches activated as well. This deck also contains one Psychic Deoxys, or Deoxys, with 120 HP and double course energy attack for just a 20, double course energy for 20 plus, super easy one energy attacker that can, you know, in some situations knock those Giratinas out. It can also knock those Melamars potentially if our opponent decide to attach energy to them. It can also one-hit knock out Buzzwole's GXs with 3 energies, which is super insanely powerful. For Buzzwole you need to have that choice band, but still pretty good. In some matchups we're probably gonna try to spread some damage with, you know, Fly Flip, so that's the reason why I'm running 3 of them. But it's also a good way to, you know, start with the Fly Flip Tapu Koko, who says for a treat, and then we can simply choose between using Beacon, maybe Deoxys, or even attacking with our Tapu Lele-GX. 1 Oranguru for Instruct, 2 Tapu Leles, and 4-3-2 line of the Alolan Ninetales. That's all for the Pokemon lineup. Moving on to the item cards, we're gonna find not too many of them, you know, just 4 Aqua Patches for Energy Acceleration, 4 copies of Ultra Ball, and 2 copies of Nazball for the setup and Pokemon Search. There's also 1 copy of Field Blower. In some situations you really want to discard some cards or tools, like for example, what's the name of that card? I can't remember right now. Oh, sorry for the interruption, but I just... Oh, Retreat. Oh, Escape Board, yes. It's a very important card, you know, because versus those Necrozmas, you really want to have your opponent Necrozma with 2 energy or Melamar retreat cost in the active position, and then you're just gonna try to snipe bench with either way Tapu Koko, Volcanion, or maybe Ice Blade Ninetales GX. I also forget to mention that Ice Pad GX attack, which is a very powerful thing. If your opponent is not capable to one-hit knock Ninetales, you can simply spread that damage back and have fully HP Ninetales, which is insane. Single Pulp Pad, so we can recycle some of the supporter cards if it's necessary. 2 copies of Brooklet Hill and 3 copies of Choice Band. So moving on to the supporter lineup, I also played 4 copies of Cynthia, featuring 1 Judge, 2 Lilies, and 2 Tate and Lizas. That can also help me to move that Volcanion from the active position if I may be stuck with him. 3 Guzmas and 13 energies, 4 double cores, and 9 regular water energy. And that's the deck list that I'm also going to use in this video, so make sure to hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more videos. Let me know also in the comments below what you think about this deck list, so see you in the game. Alright, so starting maybe first, maybe second, Well, I can choose between going first or second. I think I'm gonna go first. No sign of the basic Pokemon in my opening hand, meaning that I'm gonna need to refresh my hand, grab seven new cards, and hope to start with the Tapu Koko, because that's the best option to go with this deck. Worst possible, probably Volcanion. You know, could be even worse if you're stuck in the front with a Tapu Lele. I hate when that happens. Actually, it's not the worst possible scenario to start with Volcanion. It could be even worse, you know, that Tapu Lele is worse in my opinion, especially if you go second on the turn 1, when you still have some chance to do some damage, you know. As the thing's looking right now, I'm just gonna go with a Cynthia. I could even try to maybe find myself a Judge, but for now I'm just gonna avoid that. And yeah, I can throw one energy from my hand. Sure, I should do that. But more than that, all I can do is just pass my turn, because the rest of the cards in my hand, unfortunately, are not the best. So, looks like I'm gonna play versus Garchomp. Garchomp is a heavily powerful attacker, you know, that can hit for a lot of damage. It can one-hit knock out my Ninetales GX without too many problems. Will I decide to play my Alolan Ninetales in this matchup? Probably. I always like challenges, you know. I always like to use the full potential of the deck. So why not to spread some damage counters with Alolan Ninetales GX and maybe use that Ice Pad GX if it's possible. But just by playing Cynthia, my opponent can already one-hit knock at my Ninetales GX anyways. I think this is gonna be I think I'm probably gonna go with Tapu Lele in this case, trying to maybe find another Cynthia. Yeah, I just need to refresh my hand. I need some Ultra Ball cards and Nazballs and stuff like that, so why not? Actually, I'm gonna go with a Judge if I have Oranguru, so if I get lucky with just the Ultra Ball, I can benefit from that, so why not? Let's go with a Judge. A little bit gambling here, not bad. So I managed to pull Oranguru energy, so that ended up pretty well. So I can have pretty decent turn here. So let's go for one Vulpix. More than that, energy to my Volcanion, because I'm looking forward to use Jet Gazer next turn, hopefully. And there's a Choice Band as well, which can be used in this case, and that's it. So Garchomp can still one-hit knock on my Volcanion easily, but since I played Judge, it's not going to be super easy for my opponent to do that. Alright, so I recently just installed new Windows, so probably in this video those pop-ups are going to, you know, notify me with, you know, special conditions, how to play some cards and stuff like that, with basic rules. So there's a Oranguru also for my opponent. Alright, 2 cards for him. Garchomp not gonna enter the play this turn, which means that next turn I can use Sauna Blast for like 100. And yeah, I'm probably gonna need to do that. I mean, I have 2 options available. The first one is to just, you know, actually, I'm not even smart what to do in this case. I need Guzma, so I can maybe potentially pull something out. I mean, Volcanion has 3 retreat costs, so that's a big problem. When you have heavy retreater in the active position, you're always in a bad spot. So let's go for one Tapu Koko. Also Brooklet Hill for another Vulpix. Then I'm gonna evolve, and then I'm gonna try to play Instruct for 2. Maybe I get lucky. Actually, energy and Guzma, so that's something I was expect to see. We're gonna target that Diancie. That's for sure. So I'm going to retreat onto my GX Ninetales, so I can hit 450 on the bench, with Ice Blade. Obviously, we're gonna target that almost evolved Garchomp. Probably this turn, at least one Garchomp will hit the play. So far, not that bad. I also played in 2 tournaments before the last one, which I win. One copy of Marshadow, but I just throw it out for extra energy, and it proved up to be a much better solution. Also, I played in some situations 2 Lilies and 2 Titanializers as well. So there we go with the Garchomp. Alright. Garchomp just hits the ground. And if he can find at least one Lucario, then my opponent can easily use Lucario's ability, which allows him to, once per turn, search his deck for any card and put it into his hand. His or her hand. Okay, excuse me for that. Alright, so as long as the answer is in the active spot with 2 retreat cost, I don't think my opponent will try to, you know, pay double course energy for retreat. Alright, and there is Lucario GX. Actually, he surprised me here pretty well. Next turn, I'm looking forward to snipe that Gable on the bench for like a 50. Maybe I'm gonna also try to... yeah, probably. Just because with Volcanion I can do some heavily damage as well. Alright, my turn, so let's see what we can get. I'm thinking actually about attacking with my Volcanion in this case. First things first, let's see what we can get with Instruct. Aqua Patch and Titanializer. So since I can get Titanializer, I'm gonna do something like this. So that is gonna be one Sona Blast. There we go. I can probably expect knockout next turn from my opponent. Actually, I can't, because he cannot play both cards at the same time. My opponent cannot use Cynthia and Guzma at the same time. So that's a good thing. Best thing that can happen. Alright, also I need to be very clever when I'm spreading damage counters to that Lucario GX, because he can use powerful GX attack for just a double course energy as well. Beat down GX for like 30 for each damage counter. Ooh, okay, let's see. If he missed Guzma this turn, then I'm probably gonna maybe even pay retreat cost to snipe one of those Gables on the bench with my Ninetales. I think that would be a pretty nice play, but since he have Lucario, he can grab himself whatever he wants or whatever he needs. So probably Guzma in this case is a good way to go, you know. But probably with the Guzma he won't target my Ninetales GX anyways. If he do that, I can simply use Ice Patch GX, and then this makes no sense. So I'm still in a favorable position, I need to say just that. That's for sure. So still waiting that moment to see what's gonna happen, which card my opponent grabbing in his hand. Is it maybe the switch option card, like maybe, you know, switch, Titanializer, or maybe something like Cynthia, or maybe Guzma. Whatever he grab, he definitely needs to... Okay, so he decided to go for the Guzma. Maybe Tapu Lele will be target. Actually, Oranguru, that's a smart play as well. So I don't have option to retreat this turn, but I have option somehow to play at least one card from my hand. Oh, actually, I'm weak. I always forget about that. Garchomp was not a dragon type, it was just a fighting type. So he decided to do that. That was a very nice play. Let me see what's gonna be a top deck. Alright, just go quickly through my resources. 4 energy cards remaining. I guess I can always use advantages the Aqua Patch. Really want to thin some of the cards from my hand. more than that, we're gonna go with one Sona Blast. So that needs to be a knockout, but not a single. Actually, it's gonna be a double knockout. Field Blower, not bad. What else I can get from the price cards? Maybe supporter card, wouldn't be that bad, right? Vulpix, all right. Without Garchomp in play, he can't use that Pregnant Aura anymore, so in order to use that, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but anyways, when you have Garchomp, you can use this Lucario's ability and simply search your deck for any card you want and put it in your hand. This game looks like a lost game to me. I don't know how my opponent can just recover from this. Since I have extra energy acceleration with those Aqua Patches, I think I'm in a huge advantage. So with the Cynthia, theoretically, and the rare candy Garchomp, he can pull the knockout. There's the rare candy, so that's gonna be the knockout play. Alright, and what is gonna happen after that? I'm gonna go with the Ultra Ball, trying to get that Tapu Lele-GX for another, maybe even Cynthia play. It needs to be a Cynthia, and it needs to be a Aqua Patch energy play as well. But water energy, not a double course energy. I mean, even double course energy can work. I can go for like 60-100, so with the top level for like 100, still I can spread some damage on the bench. I definitely need to take the knockout this turn, there's no question about that. Worst possible scenario, I can snipe on the bench for 50 that Lucario, because he's a big threat right now at this moment. Alright, so I'm losing heavy hitter here. So heavyweight champ Volcanion was knocked out this turn, so let's see what we can get. Another choice band play. Alright, so I guess I don't have another option than go with my Tapu Lele. Into the Cynthia. Could be even Lillie. Does it even matter? Okay, I guess I can hit for like 80. But I'm thinking about just spreading some damage counters anyways. Or hitting for like a 80? That's a good question. With 120, still that's not gonna be enough. With 22, all of those Pokemons in play, still nothing special. So I guess I'm gonna go with my Ninetales. Alright, time for the Pulpad. And hitting for 80, so gonna be short for 10 next turn. But with Ninetales-GX I can at least try to steal a knockout. At least I should. So there's a rare candy play. For another Garchomp. I hope at least he can miss energy attachment for this turn, but it's not gonna change things dramatically anyways. The biggest problem is that Lucario GX, because he's probably gonna finish the game there. So there's a Guzma, which is gonna be for maybe Ninetales. And with the free retreat, he can do some damage, but that damage won't be enough. So that's the biggest problem. So I'm gonna use Ice Pad GX, clear some damage counters. He's probably searching his deck for the double course energy. If he's not gonna find double course energy this turn, that's gonna be a lost game. For me, on the other side, even retreat won't be that bad. because without Choice Band, my opponent won't be able to knock my Ninetales anyways. Alright, so still waiting for that moment, for that Real Blade or maybe Quick Dive. First Pulpet, probably for Guzma and one Cynthia. Or maybe just for both Guzmas. Alright, as expected, one of each. Yeah, I wish I have that instructor available, but unfortunately I don't, so... yeah, I'm gonna go with Retreat. Actually, Lucario is a big threat. So... there we go. What we can do? Quick Dive. He decided to Quick Dive for 50. That's an interesting thing. Well, in that case... he can hit for just 120. I think that was a mistake. It was a mistake. I should definitely say that. It was a mistake. With that being said, I attached energy. I can hit for 80. Still the knockout. Get one prize. Be in a little bit of advantage. So that's a good thing because he won't be able to knock my Ninetales out, so that was a big mistake. Not even Lucario can do some damage, because I have Ninetales with Luminous Barrier in the active position, so... actually, does it say... nope, it doesn't. Okay. There are some GXs that might have attack which says that you can ignore all effects of attack, or maybe abilities, but not abilities, just attacks. Alright, so 2 energies, he can try to use GX, but nothing's gonna really happen. Yeah, I'm confused, I'm pretty shocked right now, so I don't know what happened. I don't know what was on his mind, so he just decided to concede the game after that. I would probably attempt to go for the knockout versus that Lucario simply with my Ninetales second attack, because I had a lot of resources to discard some cards and try to get that Aqua Patch for the knockout. But yeah, that's the GG, that's the game here. So I hope you guys enjoy watching this video. Make sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more videos. Also let me know in the comments below what you think about this deck. I would love to see somebody trying this deck as well on the local league. And responding back with positive comments and results. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.